Igbo ọma na-ege ntị, anyị ekene unu ọzọ na n'ụbọchị uhuruchi tata. Daalụ rinne ka unu si wee na-esoro anyị ya na-eme na Eastern News 24. Asị m ka echiri ya zeru, asị na ya dịka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu akọ ya dịrịrị ise ise ise. Anyị dịka o si dị ka anyị eji gosi m ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke tata. Anyị wetara nnukwu ọkwa dị oke mkpa nke a na-akpọ evening tea from the office of Biafran Prime Minister. Ihe a bụ pre-book asọmpi bụ before, mana ewetara to attention na onye fight iji maka ya wee kwuo n'iru akwụkwọ a. So gee ya bụ ife, ga-esi ya bụ ife, chọpụ ka o si m n'ọnụ pụta, drop ọra the comment ife icheru gbasịta maka ife Biafran Prime Minister kwuburu and gbasịta maka ife na-eme kịta n'ala Igbo. Dịka o si dị ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-wetere nnukwu ozi ya dị oke mkpa. Alright, over to you, sir.
Have saboteurs and sabotage, and most of those people were scammed. Today, we are achieving with just little resource that's available to us. I want to inform you that we are activating the liaison offices of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile across the globe with little or nothing at all in those states and countries where these liaison offices is being opened. Because Biafra Republic Government in Exile, we have gathered more than 100 men that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was searching for. You may be part of those 100 men, but something is holding you back. I want you to understand that the door is still open. It will be open with a condition. And the condition will not be something you are not going to meet. But then the door will be open for you with a condition. So we are still asking all of you who are still standing on the face, waiting to see something to happen for you to know how serious we are before you can join to support financially this liberation movement. I do not know what else you are waiting for. I do not know whether it is when we declare Biafra, you are going to come up and say you want to support Biafra. No. If you want to support Biafra, you want to be part of your freedom today, you don't have to wait until the declaration or the re-declaration of Biafra. You have to support Biafra liberation right now. And for those of you in the United States, and you are a business owner, and you reside in the United States, I want to inform you this evening that the United States has approved the Form 501c for you, the business owner, that when you make a donation to support the Biafra Liberation movement, you are going to have a tax return deductible on your donation to the movement. Having announced this, I will want to ask those of you in Twitter, watching on Twitter for the second time, to join us on Enter Biafra Channel 2. The link to join this program is there on our Twitter page, because we are going to switch off the Twitter live broadcast and go into our analysis. Thank you very much, and see you on Enter Biafra Channel 2. And we go on commercial, and we're going to stop you from watching on Twitter.
Look at people of weak mind, very weak disposition, and men and women made of steel. Nothing moves. You continue to push forward backward.
Now we are going to start the analysis and exposition of those Ekweremadu and his group become responsible for the organ harvest, criminalities in Biafra land today. The reason the military have found it to be a business to kill our people, harvest their organs, and put in their different fridge in their barracks. I want to analyze a shocking video, a shocking confession of a man who was involved in a discussion of this particular organ harvesting crime. Now you may be asking yourself this particular question: why is it so important that Ike Ekweremadu, Chris Ngige, and every other senators in the 8th Assembly focus on enacting a law that has to do with organ harvesting? Now, I want everyone to listen.
This was a trick, and we know for sure that this was headed by an international organ trafficking cartel. They funded the National Assembly, of some people estimate to the tune of 6.
International Organ Harvesting Syndicate. Let us listen to it again.
This was a trick, and we know for sure that this was headed by an international organ trafficking cartel.
What Ekweremadu and his group did was being sponsored by an international organ trafficking cartel. Now you understand when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was shouting a few years ago about the organ harvesting of our children, our young men and women. Some of you never understood why he was shouting. I want everybody to listen to today and listen to Ike Ekweremadu, Chris Ngige, and the current governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa's involvement in this international organized crime.
They funded the National Assembly, of some people estimate to the tune of $6.2 billion US.
They funded the National Assembly. They funded some people. When they say some people, I've just mentioned Ike Ekweremadu is part of those that received the fund. Chris Ngige is part of those that received the fund. Ifeanyi Okowa, the current governor of Delta State, is part of those that received the fund. Today, Ike Ekweremadu is paying the price. I want you people to watch.
They also bought all the Nigerian government, federal government hospitals at the cost of $3.2 billion US. They even offered to buy all the Catholic hospitals.
They bought Nigeria hospitals, of course, the government one, with $3.2 billion. Why? It is not about buying the hospital, but buying the integrity of the hospital, so that in those hospitals, many organ trafficking crimes will be taking place, and the hospital officials will be directly involved. And that has been going on in Nigeria, especially in Biafra land. These are the people that you voted into power. Do you see the reason why we say, apart from every other crimes they have committed against the people that voted them into power, on the 29th of this month, we are giving every criminals, every corrupt politicians, from the governors to the senators to the House of Representative members, we are going to vote of no confidence on them on the 29th of this month. And we are expecting Biafrans to turn out to support the Biafra Republic Government in Exile cabinet, because the cabinet are going to be active and the part of the voting of this particular vote of no confidence. So it's expected that Biafrans, people who have access to internet or have access to Zoom, can log into the Zoom meeting and participate in voting for the record purpose. We have conducted online voting, and online voting is still ongoing. So it will last for 7 days. The 7 days is going to expire very soon. I want you people to listen to the reason why we must get Biafra and make sure we bring back decency in our society. We bring back human dignity in our society, the respect to human life and the right of people to live is what we are fighting for. We are fighting to get a sane society where laws will be respected and laws will become the foundation of our society. I want everyone to listen to how they were involved in bringing this kind of insecurity, killings, and maiming you see in Biafra land today.
for $2 billion, but the bishops refused that. So this is a way they also bought all the Nigerian government, federal government hospitals at the cost of 3.2 billion US dollars. They even offered to buy all the Catholic hospitals for $2 billion, but the bishops refused that. So this is a well-organized cartel who are actually moving into Nigeria in order to actually buy up, or they have already paid an advance on all our organs. Anybody in the Federal Republic of Nigeria has no entitlement to their organs as it stands today with the law. And we know this for sure, that these are billionaires from the United States who funded this organ trafficking cartel to take the organs of Nigerians.
Billionaires from the United States has funded this particular organ trafficking syndicate and criminals in Nigeria. On the other hand, he is calling the drug lord, congratulating him for job well done for becoming a Nigerian president, and then also promising to strengthen the ties between Nigeria and America, and at the time placing a visa ban on those who facilitated his becoming a president. So I do not know what kind of double standard is that. So the interest of this, their counterpart in America, who only thing they do is how to use black people, our people in Africa, as slaves. And today, it is no longer about slave, it's about organ harvesting. And I'm not saying it, just saying it from a man. This man you are watching here was part of the meeting that brought these particular atrocities into our land. So it is not, he is not giving this testimony as hearsay. He was part and parcel of the meeting. Listen to how he confronted them during this meeting.
Whether I was there when this cartel made the negotiation, the answer is yes. I was physically present in a deliberation. We were called as leaders of the private health sector to the headquarters of General Electric, the biggest company in the world, the leading medical company in the world. I was representing the Catholic Medical Practitioners of Nigeria.
He was there live. He did not say, as the Catholic medical professional or whatever representing Nigeria, was of this meeting. I want everybody to listen, because all these atrocities, they are not hidden. They will come out one day, and this is one of them.
And the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, as the committee chairman of the National Health Act, and presiding over this National Health Act public hearing was Senator Ike Ekweremadu, who was then the deputy Senate president. And
let me comment there. Who did you say was presiding?
Well, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, he was the presiding senator for the bill public hearing. And the sponsor, the chief sponsor, was Ifeanyi Okowa, now governor, but then Senator Ifeanyi Okowa.
Are you hearing that? The person who was presiding over this particular crime and the criminal syndicate and cartel is Ike Ekweremadu. Where is him today? He's serving prison in the United Kingdom for organ traffic. For organ trafficking. The same thing have landed him into prison in the United Kingdom. But you know, when we start to shout, some people out of their jealousy, out of their envy. They don't want to take what we are saying very seriously. Today, he is serving prison, 10 years imprisonment for organ transplant. Exactly the same thing this guy or this man was warning Ike Ekweremadu when they were ganging up to do this thing. And one thing about him that he said fish alive. Bundle the fish from Nigeria to United Kingdom. So who knows how many people they have strangled, harvested their organ and transported it to wherever they are going. Ike Ekweremadu he didn't do it like that. He decided to carry the whole human being from Nigeria to the United Kingdom without due process.
And just sitting by his side was also the presiding senator for the bill public hearing. And the sponsor, the chief sponsor was Ifeanyi Okowa, governor, but then Senator Ifeanyi Okowa. And just sitting by his side was also Dr. Chris Ngige, so who was then a senator. So all of them were there. And I made this argument directly, pointing out Section 8 makes an exemption that is impossible. You don't exempt. There is no situation in medicine where you can overrule or say the consent is waived. Consent is never waived. It could be transferred to the next of kin, but it's never waived in any situation. That is part of the Helsinki Declaration. So it's an international treaty. So we cannot make an exemption here in Nigeria. Then I also pointed out the loophole in Section 51. You cannot have the medical practitioner or the medical director of a hospital be the one to authorize that an organ is taken from someone to be given to another person. So it is wrong. You can't give what you don't have. That's a legal principle. Then I pointed out in Section 53 that it is also when you say reasonable cost for reimbursement of reasonable payments. What does that mean? Is 10 million naira reasonable payment for kidney? So some people will tell you that too. So you ask the sale of organs in Section 53. Now, my colleague AGK had made a negotiation. The answer is yes, I was physically present in a deliberation. We were called as leaders of the private health sector to the headquarters of General Electric, the biggest company in the world, the leading medical company in the world. And we were told that Bill Gates offered them $2 billion to build 260 hospitals in Nigeria. So they want us to name our price so that we can be paid off, so we will leave the entire medical system, so that we will not be practicing medicine, we will not be practicing pharmacy, we will not be practicing laboratory science. In Nigeria, no Nigerian will be in the medical profession. And we should just name our price so we will be compensated for.
Are you hearing it? And they were told that Bill Gates is the one that is funding all this. And this man is giving a testimony of something he was part of. It's not like somebody told him. He was part of the meeting. And of course, as somebody that is probably somehow upright, he confronted.
And by Dalulin no Kunis Venezuela no Bosinkitabo 31st of October, Obosinkowa, October Guluno, Tata about the end of October, 31st October 2023. Among was Puyozo. Diki in a Sereni name, Niru Kefi Wiliki Kubasta Baka, ya beef and Dinogase, Niru Quaginki Wiliki Kubasta Makaya, ya beef. Ekabakwalụ dịka ị na-esola anyị drọpụọra anyị the comment maka na ekwere unu nkwa na ga-ewetara unu evening tea and morning tea na n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Na dịka o si dị, anyị ga-ewetekwara unu nke Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mana ọ ya abụ 1st of October bụ echi na-abịa abịa. Anyị ga-ewetekwara unu update and also formal broadcast from the office of the digital people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So gbaa mbọ ka stay tuned ya na-eme na Eastern News 24. Daalụ na ụmụnne m, ngwanụ.